Okay, so let's just talk about how do we move forward. And what how have I been moving forward? And honestly, it's been hard. So I'm my company offered me career services, and so I actually speak to a career counselor, and so we talk about different things, and she makes suggestions, and I actually take these webinar courses. That's all that I'm able to do at this point. That is the capacity that my mind is able to do, is join webinars. But they also have, certifications and things that you could do to trying to increase your, what is it called, your viability, or your chances, increase your chances of getting a job. And my mind just isn't there. I keep trying to take these courses, and I look at it for like a minute, and I'm like, okay, I'm bored. And so I'm just not there. And so I just wanted to share with you something else that I saw that I thought was interesting, and maybe it can help you, like it's I'm trying to get it to help me. So let's see, where is it? Let's see. Okay, so back to the window. Okay. Let's see, is it sharing? Yes, share. Okay, share. Okay. So this is the next thing that I saw on Instagram, and it's from career underscore Bijnu. And it says how to land a job in 2025 without losing your sanity. Well, it says have a role specific resume. Recruiters spot generic resumes instantly. Tailor for A&L. I don't know what that means. But that's actually what I've been learning in some of these webinars I've been taking with the career services that I'm joining. And in order to do that, honestly, you're going to have to use AI, because it's just really hard to keep trying to audit your resume so that it matches that particular job that you're applying for. Generic resumes don't work anymore. You have to actually plug in, whether you're using Chat GPT, Copilot, or what are those other services I forgot. But one of those AI programs, you put in the job that you're actually applying for, and then ask the program or the AI to create a resume based on that one, and that's how you apply for positions nowadays. Then it says follow up smartly. It says ping recruiters 7 to 10 days after applying and interviewing. Well, I didn't even have a chance to do that necessarily. Um, I guess, let me rephrase. So I only had that one job that I was pursuing, and that's because the recruiter reached out to me. But all the other jobs I've been applying for, I don't even know if I saw recruiter names. I just saw the jobs and applied for them. But if you do see a recruiter's name, then yeah, follow up with the recruiter and just ask them, hi, I see that, my application is still pending. Am I still being considered for this role? So on and so forth. And then, as you can see, mental health matters. Rejections aren't personal. Set boundaries and take breaks. And so, not only do you have to worry about the other things that are in your life, like, like I'm dealing with taking care of a elderly parent, or, all the other stuff I'm dealing with. You also have to deal with the rejections. And I will admit, there was one week when I did all this applying and I saw all these rejection letters. It did get me down. And so I think that may have been when I started looking into other ways to, trying to get my mental health together, because I was like, what's going on isn't working. Um, then it says grow while applying. Add short courses, projects to show proactiveness. And so this is what I was telling you about as far as with me. I'm trying to do those things and I just don't have the bandwidth in my head to add more. So that's something I'm going to have to get into after a while, but I'm giving myself grace. And I'm saying maybe when I get back from my vacation, that's something I'll be able to do, but it's not something I'm able to do at this time. It says job hunt in blocks. This is absolutely true. It's like, I can't, like, I don't even know if somebody said this to me or what they said. Um, but I want to say somebody was asking me about, like, what do I do all day? And I say, well, I start my morning by actually looking for jobs. And then I go into doing other things, like, one, I can't sit up in this house all day. That adds to my depression. And so when I'm going out to get air for myself and running errands, I also take my mother, because my mother sits up in the house all day and that's not good for her. That's not good for me. And so we get together and, we get us some fresh air and we go do the things we need to do. Boost LinkedIn profile. Definitely been doing that. If you're friends with me on LinkedIn, you're probably not, because I don't have a profile for Mz.ChiGurl. I have a profile for me personally, but maybe I will create something for Mz.ChiGurl eventually. Just not now, not at that point. But I have been working on my profile and I've been connecting. So that was one thing that the career services taught us when we're in these webinars. Normally, I would only connect with people that I know and who know me. And by saying connecting, I mean people I've worked with or family members. But now they're encouraging us to connect with each other. And so I look at the people I'm in the class with, because we all have to post our LinkedIn profiles in the chat when we're taking these webinars. And I look for people who are in my field. Sometimes that can help you, because if they're um, communicating with recruiters, and even though they may not be in your city, maybe they know a recruiter who is in your city that can seek you out and reach out to you regarding positions. And so that's been interesting for me too. Also, I've been seeing where some of my colleagues are taking, certifications, and I'm like, oh, that might be a good certification for me to try. So it's just a way of keeping things up to date, as far as, making sure that you have your skill sets out there and that you have everything in alignment, so that when that right job is meant for you, it comes right on a platter. Also, it says track everything. Well, I'm having to do that anyway because of unemployment, because I was told, just in case they ask me if I'm, looking for jobs and I have to provide proof, I've created a spreadsheet that basically, tells me, uh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm waiting on my lunch and I'm getting notifications. But anyway, what I was saying is that I track all the positions that I've been applying for, what they were for, which company they were with, as well as, like, um, did they reach out to me, just various little things. And so if I get a person's name, I think I need to start putting that on my list as well. So I think that's a way to keep track of positions that you're going for as well. And then, according to this page, you also want to celebrate small wins. Each recruiter reply equals progress. So I will say, like I said, um, that it's true. The fact that that recruiter reached out to me and let me know that it wasn't that I didn't do well in the interview, they just felt that another position was better suited for my skill set. I felt better about that and it made me feel positive. Also, it was funny. So while I'm calling unemployment all the time and I'm complaining about their website, they were like, well, we're hiring. And so they advised me to apply for to work for the unemployment for my state, Illinois. And so actually I am looking into that. So, you know, all these things equal small wins. So try not to get as discouraged as I have been. And let's keep track of I would love to hear your feedback and any suggestions you have for things that work for you if you were unemployed, or if you know of any positions. Well, I'm not going to even say that, because you know what, I'm going to give you a small story before I let you go. That I think I told you I was seeing somebody, and so I broke it off. And I will say that being unemployed gave me some clarity, where I was able to say, you know what, I ain't got time for the BS. I need to find another job, and I don't have time for nonsense while I'm looking for the job. And um this person still reaches out to me and calls and says, I'm just checking to see how you're doing. That's nice and all. But like, one of the things they said was, hey, how's your job search going? First of all, I'm like, that was irritating. It just irritated me. If I had something going and you're calling to check on me, I would have told you. But anyway, I said it's fine. And he was like, well, if I know somebody, who's hiring, I'll let you know. And I said, well, do you even know what I do? Like, I think this person knows the generalized ideal of what field I'm in, but they don't know what I do. And sure enough, he said, no, I don't know. And so I was just like, well, why did you even say that? I was like, that's just like a generic, my prayers are with you and your family. You know, I'm like, I said, what you could have said is, hey, if you have a resume, why don't you shoot it to me? If I know some people who are in your industry, I may pass it along. And that turned into a whole argument, but I didn't mean it to be an argument. And he says that I was actually initiating one. I didn't think it was initiating one, because especially I stayed calm the whole time. I was just curious as to why he said what he said, as opposed to me asking for a resume. You don't know what I do. How you gonna recommend me? So I don't know, but that's my life. And thank you for staying in here, hanging in with me for this video. Please likes and follow and comment. I want to hear your comments and your suggestions about anything that I've said in this video that you think might help, or something that I've missed out, or you know that you're just enjoying me sharing my journey. Thank you, and have a good day.